Hi, everybody, and welcome to the 8-8 Lionsgate Portal debut call with the decrees. I am so excited to be doing this. Officially, I want to thank Alison for even bringing up the fact that we could do a call today, and I'm just so happy there wasn't any other call taking place, so we could do it. Because it is the Lionsgate Portal, day of immense light. The Earth, Orion's belt, Sirius has lined up. And Google has told me this. And because Sirius is one of the brightest stars in the sky, obviously it is a day that is completely energized. I also understand that it is a day that connects the spiritual plane with the physical. And therefore, manifesting powers are very high today. There is no way that I can begin this call without doing this. And before I do it, I just want everybody, please brace yourselves, put your hands on your heart, because here comes I hope that did not scare anybody. But the lion, Leo, lionesses, symbols of royalty, symbols of determination, courage, power. They are the kings and queens of the jungle. They are also the vehicle of Durga Ma. She rides on the lion because only a lion can hold her power. Welcome in again, everybody. And we are definitely going to be working on manifestation. We are definitely going to be making intentions the decree way. There are a few ways to set intentions using the decrees, and we've done a couple of them, but we're going to do a brand new, fresh one today. However, two things to always remember. Every time we work on manifesting something, attracting something, making the intention for something, expressing and articulating our desires for what it is that we want, we always want to make sure that we are either calm, excited about the future, or even neutral. Therefore, there is a preparation before you work on an intention. There is a preparation before you will do the work required to attract opportunities, resources, and supports to bring you what it is that you would like. And therefore, opening our call today with asking you one of the most popular questions that happens on every decree call, whatever it is that you're dealing with. Relationships, money, job, career, health, family, neighbors, siblings, whatever it is that is going on in your life, there is either going to be a sense of stress, or there is going to be a sense of stuckness, or there is going to be a sense of challenge, or there is going to be a sense of pain. The word that I want us to recognize today is the word loop. Now, a loop is when you're constantly looping. Things seem to be better for a while, then they return to status quo. Then they're a little better for a while, then they return to status quo. You're feeling okay and beginning to hope and have optimism that life is going to work out, and the flow gets pulled away from underneath your feet. You recover, you start feeling okay and hopeful, flow gets pulled away again. Like we start looping. In a relationship, you're trying to make it work, they're trying to make it work, things seem to be okay, then it falls apart. At work, you're doing your best, you feel like something will happen, it doesn't. Then it does, and then it stops. Like we end up looping. This looping becomes very unconscious because you don't even know you're looping. When you talk about it, you do say, this happens every time. Every time I think the money is going to be there and I'm going to be able to do what I want with it, some bill shows up. So there is the expression of looping, but the understanding of looping is not there, because here are the two things that are problematic with looping. Looping means there is no end. It's a circle, right? And today is 8-8, and 8-8 also means infinity, infinity. And a loop becomes a infinite looping of whatever is the pattern you are going through. Better, then not better. Then better, then not better. Like consistency of it being more and more better doesn't seem to be showing up. You recover, you fall ill. You recover, you fall ill. You shed some weight, it comes back with its uncle. You try and shed it again, it comes back with its aunt. There's a looping that starts to take place with our problems. We want to break this looping because in the 8-8 portal, which actually begins before 8-8, but 8-8 is the most powerful. It begins July 28th and goes on till August 12th. But 8-8 is the day where you want to get out of this loop and get into a different, better, brighter, lighter loop where more and more good things are happening. More and more good things are happening. More and more good things are happening. Because the deal is, my darlings, it's not like something untoward or a challenge will never happen. It will. What we want is to be in a loop where it happens lesser and lesser, where it happens smaller and smaller, where the good happens more and more, where we have more and more calls like this, where we get together more and more like this, where we hang out together more and more because we love doing so, because we have a good time when we do so, because we enjoy ourselves here. Like Gurpreet says, every time I think my mother will show her love and support to me, ends up hurting me more deeply, meaning the loop is getting wider. Even with my health, I get better, fall ill, better. That the loop is never ending. What is your loop? Where are you looping? Are you looping with intention and action? I keep thinking of all the things I'm going to do. I keep dreaming about all the things I'm going to do, and then I don't do them. And then I dream some more, and then I don't do. Then I dream some more, then I don't do. Or I start working on my dreams, then I have another dream, so I leave it incomplete. Identify your looping. Parul, this is what we're here for today. That we want to change this looping. Because to me, a pattern does not feel like a loop. You know, the word pattern, my lovelies, everybody is aware you are here on a decree call, you are here on a word medicine call, you are here on a language of light call, which is why doing a call today is so apt, because it is a day of more light, it is a day of more power. Words carry light, carry power. When I hear the word pattern, it feels very linear. Right? My pattern feels like, okay, linear with some waves. Little up, little down, it's happening, not happening, falling. But when I say the word loop, my problem becomes much more clear to me. How many of y'all doing so many programs but looping the same loop? Robin says old relationships haven't cleared karma. It is a reason for the loop for sure. Karma is a big reason for the loop. For sure. Seema, everything is karmic. Everything. We being on this call together is karmic. Like Nivedita says, procrastination. Now, procrastination is a loop for sure. Dipali says, I'm in a loop with money. I'm in a loop with money means money keeps coming to you. That's the loop. So identify the problem better. And Titi says, I'm in a loop, getting out of my comfort zone. Wonderful. And Satsit says, I got out of the loop with my mother with the help of decrees. It is magical. I just used thank you, mummy. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you is Bay. Because thank you does everything you want it to do. It does the jharu, poncha, dishwashing, clothes washing, then it hangs it out in the sun, then it brings it back when it's dry, then it irons it for you and puts it in your cupboard. Thank you is awesome. And just by the way, from tomorrow, and I hope everybody's email is with us and that you're receiving daily emails, because from tomorrow, we are going to begin a 22-day positivity thank you so much challenge, because Mercury retrograde is around the corner. And you know, in Mercury retrograde, we tend to become negative. We tend to become child, but we tend to become negative. And this month, in August, we also have Uranus going retrograde. So basically, our heads are going to be pulled, pushed, conflicted, absolutely confused. We're going to go mental. And when we go mental, we get very negative. So we are going to do a 22-day thank you so much challenge from tomorrow. Everybody stay tuned. Everybody sign up for it. You will get it on your email. You will get daily reminders every day. And I see that I have completely digressed. And back to looping. Like Elizabeth says, relationship and health are looping. Seema says career and relationship loop. Vaishali says career and relationship loop. Vandana says yellow is Kalima miracle light. Kalima miracle light. Pat says relationship loops and financial stress loops. Yes. Now financial stress loops identifies a problem with money. Although she also says getting a bit smaller now. Good. Good. Satpreet says stuck in narcissistic abusive relationship loop for 17 years. You can leave. Now Satpreet, very well identified. Totally appreciate that you've already added you can leave now to that. And Kitty says, I'm chanting thank you like a mantra. It is life-changing. And when you now change to thank you so much and begin chanting that, oh my lovelies, you will see what happens. As it is, things with the decrease change in the same day, sometimes in the same hour. Let us see what happens with thank you so much, which we will begin tomorrow. Right now, what we want is to understand the physics of a loop. Like I said, right, the loop has no end, which is why the word loop is a better word to describe an ongoing problem, because a pattern feels like a road, right? It feels like it is going, and therefore it misleads you into thinking it's going to end. How many patterns, my lovelies, like Satpreet with such vulnerability has admitted her pattern of 17 years. How long have you been looping? Like Kulpreet says, since birth. Vandana says, debt loop. Yes, debt is a good way to describe a loop because it is. You think you're getting out of debt and the next thing you know, you've borrowed money again and you're back in debt. Debt is a loop word, like procrastination is a loop word. If there is procrastination, guaranteed loop is getting bigger and bigger and wider. Lena says money increasing. Superb. What a lovely loop that is. Payal says 6 years. Tanja says since childhood. Yati says 20 years. Aparna says business looping for the last 7 years. Dipali says looping for 10 years. And Parul says multiple patterns on money, career, relationship, health, stress. When did it all begin, Parul? Money, while you put money first, money will probably be your last. It would have begun in relationships at home. It would have affected your health. Then it would have affected your career, and that would have affected your money. So tell me again, and past 11 years. And Darth Angel says health looping. Holly says physical symptoms continuing for 30 years. That's a 30-year-old loop. Nivedita also says looping for 15 years. Well, we definitely want give me a moment. We want the fierce determination, single-minded confidence, royal power of a lion and a lion gate portal. The physics of a loop is as simple as this. Either you find the loop and you fling it outward into the cosmos. Cosmos means space, out of Earth. Out of Earth, out of the stratosphere, floating somewhere towards a black hole. Or you begin decreasing a loop such that it gets to a single point. Right? Can you imagine? So in your head, my darling, see the loop. And if I am making this loop smaller, if I am making this loop smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, ultimately it's going to be a point, right? That point we can just blow away. That point we can just put our finger on, remove, and flick away again into the cosmos. Everybody has identified their loop. You have identified the name of your loop. You have identified how old this loop is. Right? So let us say, so for example, let me see. Okay, like Dipali has a financial stress loop for 10 years. Because you have to identify both, my lovelies. Because depending on how long you've been looping, the size of your loop will differ. If you've been looping for the last 6 months, obviously it's going to be a smaller size than a 16-year-old loop. Like Vaishali says, dysfunctional family loop. So from childhood, like Rujin says, lifetime for money gambling loop. Anjali says toxic relationship looping since 12 years. And I just saw Prabjot's message. Prabjot, just flow as you can. And Kulpreet says, now I feel tired sometimes. I just want to take renunciation from worldly affairs. I can imagine. There comes a point where we just cannot fight. And here's another lesson from the lion, right? A lion will play with a deer if it's not hungry. A deer is safe with a lion as long as the lion is not hungry. A lion is not hungry all the time. A lion is not fighting all the time. A lion is not hunting all the time. A lion does what a lion needs to do for the time it needs to do it. Like Charanjit says, looping relationships pretty much whole life. And Tanja has already seen the loop and she can see all these loops are huge. Which means, so can you imagine? These patterns have now become circular. These patterns, without us realizing, are now just a hamster wheel pattern, right? Because the hamster wheel is constantly looping. Like Paya says, emotionally nowadays I get very vulnerable. Crying too much, anything gets bad with me. And you could just be releasing all the tears that you haven't cried. It need not be a bad thing. Like Robin says, 10 years since injury, not working. But is that a loop, Robin? Pat, excellent description. Debt, procrastination, codependency. A toxic relationship is a codependent relationship. Fantastic names for loops. And Tanja agrees, same here, 43 years. Debt loop but not able to identify where it began. Says Radha, it begins with guilt. It begins with the fear of having your own money. It begins with the ease of not making your own money. It begins with the sense of irresponsibility with money that doesn't belong to you. But really, it begins with guilt. And on my YouTube channel, as well as the Mystic Lotus YouTube channel, there is a debt special. The reason is mind-blowing. Vaishali says, I want to keep traveling the world and become more free. Shivani says, financial loops for my whole life. Francis says, love, compassion, understanding, infinity loop and relationships flowing gracefully. Wonderful, Francis. Jane says fear of being seen, so shy, and now it's impacting my business. What loop is this? The loop of hiding? So you'll do what you have to do, then you'll hide. Then you'll do what you have to do, then you'll hide. Jean, is there also overweight happening? And Isabel says 20 lifetimes looping, unlove, love. Got it, lovely. 20 lifetimes. How are you seeing this loop, Isabel, when you close your eyes? How is it showing to you? And Anjali says, likewise, codependency feels like I'm addicted to it. You would be. Anything beyond 6 months is a habit. Anything beyond 3 months is a habit. And all habits are addictions. Financial glass ceiling, sabotaging success, 20 years. So the loop of self-sabotage, also a very big loop for all of us. Supriya says toxic, manipulative mother and siblings. So what loop are you in, Supriya? Are you in the loop of stuckness in toxic relationships? Are you in a relationship loop? Elizabeth says 5 years for relationship loop, lifetime for health loop. Seema says career, relationships and all loops. And Jean says yes, and now overweight. And overweight is a great way to hide. Because overweight is the wall behind which we live. And Pat says, can you say the name of the loop and use the decree you can leave now? Most certainly. You can leave now is for anything and everything. And Robin says, new course, not a new course, Robin. It is an old one. I think it is almost 2 years back. We did the debt release course. We'll probably do it again in the Money Summit coming up in October. Okay, people, have we understood that the loop needs to become a point? Yes? Is everybody clear on the physics of the loop? And then that point, because it will be like a black dot, you're going to just take that dot and on it. You're just going to blow it out. All right, my lovelies. Here's how we are going to collapse the loop. After it collapses, it has to start shrinking. When it starts shrinking, you are going to feel quite a bit. Even when it collapses, you can have a reaction. But everybody is familiar with the fact that whatever the decree brings up, the decree will bring out. If there is pain, please have 2 glasses of water. If there are just shifts taking place and you can be with the shifts taking place, be with the shifts taking place. Do not block the movement by judging it. My this is paining, my that is paining, my head is spinning. If your head is spinning, you need to have something salty and a glass of water. If you're feeling sleepy, you need to close your eyes and doze off. You'll return to the call when it is time for you to return the call. Everybody clear about the reaction and allowing them to process? Isabel says like the petals of a flower, which means there is a beauty to it. So everybody, first of all, see your loop. Close your eyes. How is your loop looking? And by the way, your loop could be static or it could be moving. Your loop can have number of multicolored layers or one single layer. Your loop can be very thick or it can be tiny, 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 tiny loops looking like a big loop, looking like a wide loop. You close your eyes, check your loop. Slowly open your eyes. Have a full glass of water. Full glass of water is important. If you cannot finish a full glass of water, you will hold water in the mouth for as long as you can and then you'll spit it out. There is a way you're going to drink the water. You're going to drink the water sip by sip. So you're not going to gut, 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 gut. You're going to sip by sip finish your glass of water. Let's begin. Like one sip at a time, you are going to have this glass of water. And Vinita said, I just had good. It's okay, Vinita. Prabhat said, I tried looking for fear loop but can't see. I felt calm. Good, good. And Ruth Jean's loop has already vanished. Keep sipping your water. Excellent. When you've sipped water like this, your lips and palate will feel very hydrated. More hydrated than if you have drunk it all in one go. Can everybody confirm this? Super. And we can see the loop, thick black rope, silver grayish, thick wall, moving loop, dark areas, rainbow colored, green sack, I could see my loop, peeled pomegranate, big circle, but very thin rope-like. Got it. Here's the part that can feel a bit complicated. Close your eyes, everybody. Somewhere you are either in the loop or you're holding the loop. Identify. Are you in the loop? Are you in the center and the loop is around you? Are you in the loop itself or are you holding the loop? Most of us are in the loop. Pyle says, I feel in the loop, which means the loop has taken over your life. Correct? Because you're in the loop and it is looping. So you have no choice but to loop with it. Luz is holding it. Yati says rope is around my wrist. Who's holding it there? Vaishali is also holding it. And Nadia says neither. I'm watching it. Nadia, check if it's attached somewhere to you. Because then it could be attached to your third eye. Because you're watching it. And Aparna says a rope was attached to me as if I'm holding. And Shalaka says, what if you have 2-3 loops all of different sizes for different problems? You will. And often these loops come together and look like one loop, but you can have more than one loop. Seema is also in the loop. Shalaka is holding it. Yati says, my hands are tied by it. Got it. For those of us who are in the loop, I want you to see yourself jump out. However you see yourself, you may see yourself as you are today, you may see yourself as a child, you may see yourself from another life, you may see yourself look unrecognizable. You may be a girl and see a boy jumping out. All acceptable. I want you to jump out of the loop and be in the center of the loop. Those who are holding the loop, keep holding the loop. Rujin's loop vanished, so she sees herself dancing with no loop. Fantastic. Stacey says, I'm holding it in the narrow center, wrestling it like an unruly anaconda, which it will be. And what a lovely description there as well. Because it is bigger than us. That's why it's taking over our lives. Payal says, can't jump. Then Payal, squeeze out of it. Like you're squeezing out of quicksand or marsh. Just put one hand out, let your head pop out, let your body pop out, let your legs pop out, and get into the center of the loop. See, it's a loop. It's an oval or a circle, either static or moving. Get into the center. It could be vertical, it could be horizontal, it could be diagonal. There could be 2, 3 loops at various physical planes. Some are feeling little diagonal, some are feeling little vertical, some are feeling little horizontal, but there is a center where there is no loop. You have to be in the center, because only when you're in the center can you reach your hand out and hold the loop. You want to be able to hold the loop. Dipali says, I saw a young boy jump out of it, and maybe yours was the young boy I saw jumping out. Superb. Whoever has jumped out, Supriya says, red color loop. My teeth jaw is tight right now, feeling angry, frustrated, helpless, confused. Priya, it is good that you've identified how you're feeling. Don't get stuck in it. You are feeling it because that is the loop that is communicating with you. When you hold it, you can let it go. But hang on, is everybody in the center of the loop? Has everybody jumped out or forced themselves out of the loop? Pal says holding and crying. Good. However you're feeling, feel, because now the loop is flowing through your wrists, your hands, your arms. And if Sita says, I could jump out as if I was waiting to get free since long. Of course you were. Of course you were, Sita. Yati says, crying. Good, my love. That is the loop. One loop will be of grief. It is okay. And Zima says, jumped out of both loops. Parul says, I'm feeling nervous. That's only the loop. It's not you. Who is you? You are the one listening to my voice and holding the loop. That's who you are. Dipali says, I've jumped out and my clothes are so dusty. We are definitely looking at an ancient lifetime. Seema says, career loop was easier, relationship loop was more effort, but are we in the center of all our loops? Hold the loop. See it circling in your palm, like one palm. Like when you have a hula hoop, how do you hold a hula hoop? You're going to hold it like that. And then, my people, lion courage, please. Lion strength, lion courage. Have some more water if you want. Quickly have a few more sips. Excellent. And for lion courage, thank you, lion medicine. Thank you, lion medicine. Thank you, lion medicine. Thank you, lion medicine. You are going to start turning in a circle. Because before you can fling the loop out, you have to be in charge of the loop. Right now, the loop is in charge of you. Start circling, and like a hula hoop, you're holding the loop. Start circling. You're seeing the loop. You're seeing you holding the loop. Start circling, 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 faster, 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 faster. And like a frisbee, you fling it out and you see this loop flying out from your physical space, out of the window, out, 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 out in the open space, towards the sky, towards the stratosphere, out. Your loop is out in the galaxy. It is out of Earth. You are seeing other people's loops as well. Colorful, black, thin, thick, multidimensional loops, standing, sitting, diagonal, all these loops out in the galaxy. And because the galaxy is extending outward and therefore pulls everything outward, you're also seeing it disappear. It's leaving. It's going, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going, until it is swallowed by a black space with dots of stars. And in these, the brightest star in the night sky, Sirius, for whom today is celebrated as the day of rebirth, newness, freshness, new intentions, and new manifestations. Where you saw your loop disappear, you are going to sense the presence of Sirius. And the Sirius star now starts shining bright over there. Thank you, Sirius Medicine. 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 It is done. It is done. Where is the pinpoint of where you held it? Please look at your index finger. Over there. Not here. Over there. Look at your index finger. Is there anything left in your index finger? If there is, and it'll only be a dot if there is, reach out your finger and touch Sirius. And Sirius will remove the black dot. It'll suck it out of your finger. And you bring your finger back once it's done. Robin says, can we say only karmic loop you can leave now? Most definitely. Say whatever you want to say with you can leave now. Anything, everything. And Geeti says, I feel a sensation in my heart when I listen to the lion roaring. And well, Parul, loop turned golden, disappeared in the black. Yati is crying, but it's all gone in the black hole. Vishali says, abdomen sensation, movement of air in a good way. And Rudra says, I'm not holding it. But Supriya, did you hold it, circle it, and fling it out like a frisbee? Good. Seema says, still feels heavy. What still feels heavy? Tell me. Lovely, Ilana. All loops you can leave now. All looping you can leave now. Seema, check again for an invisible loop. Just check again, find it, hold it in your hand, start circling, 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 fling it out into the cosmos. If it's still stuck on the index finger, just reach out. Reach out, put your index finger on Sirius. And you know what? Thank you, Lion Medicine. 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 And check now. It is very possible, Seema. Sometimes only the sense tells you that the loop is still there. Look for it. Is it the loop of darkness? Yati, headache is pain, 2 glasses of water. Alison says, heard a large crack in my left shoulder and something clicked into place as I lifted my finger to point it at Sirius. Seema says I could fling it. Good. Eugene, is purple green a loop? And Seema could also fling off both loops. Good, good. Vass is feeling lighter, yawning. Second part, once the loop is done. Traditionally, it has taken 60 days, 90 days to change a habit. Because there is a habit in the loop, right? Anjali used the word addiction. All habits are addictions, all addictions are habits. There is a habit we formed with this loop. However ancient the loop is, whichever lifetime it started, whichever ancestor had it. Francis says, any difference between throwing loop into fire and to Sirius? Actually none, because all stars are actually points of fire, which is why they are light and we see them. None, but because today belongs to Sirius, we're working with Sirius. And Vandana says, was unable to see but circling in release. In universe could see, disappeared high in sky and got smile on the face. Good. Vaishali is yawning. Saw fireworks as it exploded. Excellent. Rashna says mine was rainbow colored and I have a funny pain in the throat after I flung it. And funny pain can be grief. You could be sad that it's gone. And that's fine. Also perfectly normal. And Vinita says, can we do this again tonight here in the US? Most definitely. Do it tomorrow. Do it till August 12th. And Lute says, it felt like a vacuum sucked it all away in the darkness and beautiful yellow stars felt like a ball came out of my solar plexus. Thank you, Lute. Awesome. Gurpreet's feeling lighter. Satpreet is feeling relief. Vaishali is feeling better. And Yati says, remembering green Sarama suddenly. Or maybe she is in your space and has come to you. Tell me the opposite of your loop. And tell me in terms of an emotion as well as in terms of behavior. Because there's something, right? Whether you are in a job that you're not happy, in a relationship that you're not happy, in a house that you're not happy, in a body that you're not happy with, the opposite will be happy. And what is the behavior? And Supriya says it was still stuck. I imagine it's getting burnt and then it disappeared. Superb, superb. Ease is the opposite of my loop, says Kirti. Excellent. And Rujin says, I feel cold from the ground up into your heart. Rujin, have water. Everybody, next glass of water. Let us sip it. August 12th, because that's the Lion Gate portal. July 28th to August 12th, because it's a portal. So it doesn't open only for a short while. It stays open for a bit. And Supriya says, feel like I'm getting my power back. And Paro says, it's feeling empty. Okay. Yes. Especially if the loop was your whole life. You will feel a bit empty. And Lute says, every time you do the lion roar makes me laugh. And also after the loops went, I felt happy. Good. Good. Alison says, consistent, persistent growth, joyfully receiving gratitude and appreciation. Is that the behavior, joyfully receiving? Are you already receiving it but not receiving it joyfully? Abundance in health, relationships, career, and it is infinite in size like a big sun. But what is the habit? What is the behavior that you are going to bring in? Maybe the behavior is acceptance. Maybe the behavior is patience. Maybe the behavior is love. Maybe the behavior is forgiveness. Maybe the behavior is tolerance. Maybe the behavior is understanding. Maybe the behavior is getting up an hour earlier. Maybe the behavior is sleeping an hour earlier. Maybe the behavior is joining a gym. What will be the behavior? Dipali says, now I feel I can do anything. Fantastic. And Nilufer, definitely. We will meet next year as well. Now we will do calls on 882. Anjali says, free like a colorful shining eyes. Fantastic. Tell me, my lovelies, because we want to bring in the new loop. And we want to bring in this new manifestation. It will begin with our intention, but intention has to be backed with action, and not forceful action, organic action, where you allow the action to take place. Kulpreet says, focus inside rather than outside and let go. Very nice. You have given me behavior as well. And how will this make you feel? Pal says, after loop gone, I feel not happy nor sad, but something was with me gone. Correct. It has gone. Vaishali says, like I feel like I'm blocking my own happiness till now. I don't know why. You're not, Vaishali. Somebody will be blocking it. Anjali says, socializing, dressing up. Superb. Vanita says, self-confidence, believing in self, but what will be the action? How will you believe in yourself? Because believing in yourself is a concept. How will you make it reality? Behavior of surrender. What is the first thing you will begin to surrender, Namita? Loving allowance, opposite of relationship loop. And what will you do to have this loving allowance? Because again, words like loving, self-love, surrender, believe in myself, these are concepts. Till action makes them a reality. So what will be the action? What will be the behavior? Hard work and smart work. Can this be? It can be. Are you saying you're not working hard right now? Radha is burping a lot, always a good thing. Supriya says, taking care of myself, follow my routine. Very good. You see, so whatever is the new loop could be of priority and self-care. Have faith in myself. To do what? Because again, it's a concept. Self-love is taking care of myself. So there's that, right? Taking care of myself means what? Let's break that down also. Satya says, I can't think of anything right now. Do you know what it is that you want? We are working on desire right now. Because we're moving into the manifesting part of our work. In decree work, we understand that life is a cupboard. If you want to manifest, first you have to clean your cupboard. You have to make space. We have made space. Now we're going to put something into the cupboard. Rujin says, I feel like a blooming flower, behaving open and beautifully. Wonderful. Payal says, try to develop good habits. Which ones? Because again, right, when you have a generic statement, then you have a sweeping statement. I'm going to be better. But how? I'm going to love myself. But how? I'm going to develop good habits. Which ones? Break down your intention to a behavior and an action point. Vandana says, take things with ease. Vaishali says, take care of my body by being consistent in exercises. Very nice. Al says, giving my health priority. Good. Now it makes sense, right? Develop a good habit like giving my health priority. Break that down a little bit more. What's the first thing to look for tomorrow? I'll wake up earlier. I'll go for a walk. Break it down, my lovelies. And then I will give you our intention decree, which is also the manifesting decree, which is also, I think we're going to call it the 8-8 manifesting decree. Francis is feeling contentment, all is well, peaceful inside. Fantastic. Radha says, can I say, start earning to clear my debts? Yes, you can. And how will you start earning? What will you do tomorrow? Are you going to become a stockbroker? Are you going to send out your CV? Are you going to look at job openings on job portals? What will you do? Dipali says, I'm going to open my heart to attract true love. How will you open your heart? Are you going to get on a dating app? Are you going to join a dating coach? Are you going to understand relationship? Are you going to make a list of what are your deal breakers? What are your red flags? Satwik says, I desire good health and healthy and happy relationships. Great. What can you do to make it happen? Elizabeth says, have courage to speak my truth in moments of relationship issues. Very nice. The number 444, meaning in the Bible, and you've given us the answer, has a distinct biblical meaning. In general, this number represents God's love and protection for all. And we also, the Egyptians who worshipped the Sirius star, and by the way, it's almost like an Egyptian New Year. I don't think it's an Egyptian New Year, but today is the day that they would begin their new year. They would begin the year with newness. They would end things on this date and then begin again. Eat better and start to walk. Superb. Preeti says, be free and fly high. What does that mean? Make it a reality. Because otherwise, it is only a castle in the air. Sleep on time so it doesn't complain next day by paining. Okay. Try and be consistent. Okay. Seema says, I'm feeling fear. Is this the fear of change? Where are you feeling the fear? And is this part of the loop? Check again. Is there a loop, an invisible loop that you're holding on to? Because you will feel what is in the loop. Identify the one career title that can bring me most money in least meaning natural effort as compared to other things. And are you not an animal specialist, Malvika? Radha says, but the question is, how do I start earning? Is the question I asked as well. So what will you do first? What can you do? Pal says, stretching, pranayama, affirmations. Affirmations. Well, you know what? Whatever floats your boat and flies your balloon. Okay. And I went like that with affirmations because, well, you have the decree. But go ahead. Affirmations it is. Watch my thoughts daily as my thoughts are responsible for my health condition. Actually, your thoughts are not responsible for your health condition. This is incorrect. Your emotions are responsible for your health condition. Your thoughts can make it worse, but they are not responsible for your health condition. Your feelings came first. Your thought tells you you're hungry because you feel hungry. Your thoughts are not telling you you're hungry if you're not feeling hungry. If you don't feel good about yourself, your thought will tell you that. If you feel good about yourself, your thought will tell you that. Your life is identified by how you are thinking. But how you are thinking is not creating your life. How you are feeling is creating your life. Which is why, on a daily basis, what is the single principle of decrees and word medicine? You gotta feel lighter and brighter and better and better and better and better. Am I saying think that way? No, I am saying feel that way. Your thoughts will change automatically. Gurpreet says try to be away from toxic people. In general, very good life advice. Charanjit says go for a walk every day. Try to sit quietly at least 10 minutes. If you can't sit quietly at least 10 minutes, have activity where you're not thinking for 10 minutes. Yati says finding my real self-worth. Can that be? If I associate my self-worth related to my earnings, yes, that is true, Yati. Then that is not genuine self-worth. How will you find your real self-worth? Anybody answer this? How do you find your real self-worth? In the meantime, I will just see the other behavioral changes consistent with my courses, attending regular classes. Malvika says, I've been working for adoptions and only recently got a few clients across food and training. For animals or just food and training? So you are an adoption specialist. Supriya says, contact people who can probably help me getting clients. Okay, do you have the list of people that you will contact? And Rujin says, I just noticed now I wasn't breathing since my last comment. But were you holding your breath? Because there is also cellular breathing. When Kundalini rises, we do not breathe so much through the nose, but we breathe because the cells breathe. Respiration takes place with every single cell. Till Kundalini rises and we get to that state of spiritual advancement, we need our nostrils to breathe. Payal says, lovely. Loving yourself is equal to self-worth. Very good. What else? Try to stay present in present moment. Is that for self-worth? Malvika says, I'd go back to being a full-fledged professional healer at the fair and worthy price of exchange with immunity and self-care. And step 1, start healing certification. That's awesome. Are you moving away from animals then, Malvika? Because your niche could be animals. You could be an animal practitioner. Rachna says, be in touch with your inner self will help us realize our self-worth. Yati is very much in touch with her inner self. Very much. Which is why she recognized that she doesn't feel very worthy and therefore needs the money to measure the worthiness. And Yati says, my value is much more than what I earn. I respect my presence. Is this a new guideline or are you saying this? Lute says, carry on writing my book and be better organized with my papers, my space, not react to things, not worry so much about everyone. Excellent. Vandana says, take up opportunities coming in. Superb. Satpreet says, self-worth is what we assign to ourselves. So how would we assign more self-worth to ourselves? Gurpreet says, know what I'm planning to do. What are you planning to do? Pat says, releasing the guilt. My emotions being responsible for my health project. Good. And guilt never comes alone. Guilt has 2 siblings. There are 3 siblings in the family of guilt. Guilt, shame, blame. They all come together. So when you have to release the guilt, shame will show up. When you release the shame, blame will show up. When you release the blame, guilt will show up. It's a loop. Pat, close your eyes and check one more time. Is there another loop that you need to throw away? Malvika, you are staying with the animals. Love. Fantastic. Vandana says, love, respecting and accepting self, self-worth. Lovely. So the key word in that for self-worth is acceptance. It is impossible to accept yourself and have low self-worth. Impossible. Look at the thoughts where you believe you are not good enough. You can leave now, you can leave now, you can leave now. They're only reflecting the low self-worth feeling, but acceptance is key. The third in self-worth, you gotta be bigger than the inner critic. The inner critic, my lovelies, is going to take over our lives till middle of September. Because this month, Mercury retrograde, Uranus retrograde, both are mental and head planets, and we are in the season of Virgo, the criticizer, the hyper-criticizer, the perfectionist. So the inner critic is going to be very loud. Vaishali says, I also don't know my self-worth because there may not be acceptance. If there is no acceptance, you'll have no sense of self-worth. Malvika says humans are a huge part of animals being well. Or Malvika, it's the other way around. Animals are a huge part of humans being well. They are our healers. You must not take away their gift to us. They show up for us to heal. They show up to take care of us. They show up to clean our lives, health, homes, communities, societies, neighborhoods. Every animal takes care of some other animal. Vaishali says, my birthday is towards the end of September. Do we still have hard time that time? It'll get easier by then. Mercury retrograde will be over. And Payal says, it's important to love yourself, but don't feel love in my space because there may not be acceptance. Cannot love without acceptance. Cannot have self-worth without acceptance. Cannot have self-worth without being on top of your inner critic. Cannot have self-worth if your head is constantly reminding you, because of the inner critic, that you're not good enough. Cannot have self-worth without a belief in you. Cannot have self-worth without trusting yourself. And Satvi says we are worthy no matter what. You can tell yourself that, but if you don't have that feeling, if you don't have that belief, then it won't show in your life. And Pat says self-criticism, seeing myself and others yelling at me when you ask the question, that means you have many inner critics. That means you have more than one inner critic. Yati says, I know my value. Oh, so you were telling that. Okay. How precious I am. It's just that I struggle with my relationship with money. Why do you struggle with your relationship with money? Complete the statement. I struggle with my relationship with money because, and by the way, everybody attended the karma completion calls? Everybody attended the karmic light warrior calls? Super. Now, the biggest karmic completing word is because. Why? Can anybody tell me now, after all the work we've just done, why is because so crucial in karma completion? Supriya, no, that was on the training summit. I'll put it in the replay. I'll put the call replays I'll put the replay in the replay email. Yati says because karma needs to be completed. Actually, that is good thinking, yes. We get to the source with because, do we? But okay, still good thinking. Because, my darlings, because breaks the loop. Why are you in the loop? If I ask you why you're in the loop, you'll have to say because, and then you're not in the loop anymore. And for a moment, my chat flew off. So big was the word because. Because breaks the loop. Because tells us the next step. When you have a next step, you are not in the loop. Everybody close your eyes again. All invisible, hidden, secret, unconscious loops. Reveal yourself. Reveal yourself. Reveal yourself. Revealed. Any new loops showing up? Hold your loop. Start swirling. Swirling like a dervish. Like a mad person. Swirling, 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 swirling. Fling your loop. The moment you fling your loop, you're going to physically sense it in this dimension, flying out of your space, out of the window, out into the sky, going up, 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 crossing out of Earth, and you can see the bright light of Sirius, flying into Sirius. Thank you, Sirius Medicine. Thank you, Sirius Medicine. I'm going to change that. Thank you, Star Sirius Medicine. 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 Fling it off, my lovelies. Fling it. Superb, Yati. Pat says revealed many loops moving all over my palms. Good, you would have just gathered them, closed your palms over it, swung, swung, swung. By the way, you have to you have to circle yourselves as well. Because that circling also removes all other loops that might be around you. Remember, you're in the center. All other loops start attaching to the loop in your hand and it all gets flung. Thank you, Star Sirius Medicine. Kupri says gone, all gone. Seema says many tiny, tiny loops. Pluck them all, fling them off. Kirti says, I saw fear loop, now all gone. Good. And yes, Vaishali, because helps us to know our why. Our why. Because you can always say because they are so mean, because they are so rude, because they won't let us go, because they won't give us this, because they won't apologize, because they don't want to pay me. But the because, we do the because, till we get to my because. And Rujin says, felt it from my head to my heart, gone forever and ever. Superb. Superb. Peoples, are we ready to make our intentions? Superb. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. How are we making our intentions? How are we putting down manifestation? We're putting down manifestation with how we want to feel and what we're going to do. I want to feel free. What are we going to do? Not what we're going to do when we get money. Not what we're going to do when we get married. Not what we're going to do when we move into a new country. What are we going to do tomorrow? Two things. How are we going to feel? First, let me show you the power of this decree. Everybody, you know, right? When it's word medicine, you're going to feel it immediately. If there is numbness in the body, it'll take a few moments and minutes or a little longer because the numbness takes away our awareness. But we all know this, right? That you feel it immediately in the body. There is a reaction that is visceral. that is physical and material when you use word medicine. Yes, everybody knows this. And therefore, when I give you the practice, because I want you to see how real and immediate it is, like all other word medicine. Somebody give me one example. Shall we take the example of acceptance? Shall we take, somebody had also mentioned waking up earlier, exercising, writing a book. Somebody mentioned writing a book. Correct? So I will use that as example. But right now, for you to feel the shift immediately, I am going to do this particular manifestation decree, this 8-8 manifestation decree with posture. Because you will know the shift immediately. I'm going to write it down first. All right. Repeat with me. My posture will be perfect. And I have had a desire to shift something in my chair. One moment. Awesome. My posture will be perfect. One more time. My posture will be perfect. What happened? How did your spine, how did your back, how did your torso react? Gurpreet says my back pain showed up. You can leave. Good. You can leave now, you can leave now, you can leave now, you can leave now. Gurpreet, pain means lack of water. Start sipping on water. If you've already eaten something, that's great. Otherwise, can you just suck on a salty chip and have water? Payal says, immediately I sit up straight with no hump. Amazing, right? Pat says, a lot of stretching back and neck, sitting straightest. Robin, you also have mid-back pain. 2 glasses of water, please. Satpreet sat up straight. Yati says, body moving towards front. Go with it. Resist nothing. In allowance, with allowance. In allowance, with allowance. In allowance, with allowance. What pain? What pain? What mid-back pain? What upper back pain? What lower back pain? What knee pain? What head pain? What pain? I sat up taller. Felt like my spine straightened. I became straight. I sat up. I was already sitting straight since the beginning of our call. Superb. Movement in the stomach. Back straightened up. Some movement on upper back. Shoulder went down. Back relaxed. Low back pain. Still, Christine, you got to say it the other way. What pain? Which pain? What pain? Which pain? What mid-back pain? What upper back pain? What lower back pain? What pain? Which pain? What pain? Which pain? Warmth in the spine. Pain in thighs reduced, shifted towards feet, gone, all gone. Sweet craving. Please eat something sweet. Sweet craving means your brain needs glucose. Please have something sweet. Shoulder pain gone, all gone. Body shifted, feeling taller. Clearly, it works. And the reason you need to know it works is because whatever it is we're putting into action from tonight, tomorrow morning, the results of that will come. Definitely. You just need to continue to believe it'll happen in divine timing. Because it will work. You can see, my lovelies, it will work. Paro says mouth is dry in spite of having water. Then hold water in the mouth. Hold it as long as you can and then throw it out. Somebody said writing a book. I think it was Lutz. My book will be written. Files elbow pain, leg pain gone. Fantastic. My book will be written. Give me another example. What is the intention we are making with the action for that intention, with the behavioral change? Vinita says my desire is to write a book too. Excellent. Sonal says right knee pain. What knee pain? Which knee pain? Have 2 glasses of water, Sonal. Pal says so. Yoga and pranayam will be done daily. The decree is will be. And because in decrees, we always take accountability for ourselves. My yoga and pranayam will be done daily. My business will be launched. Superb. Define business a little more. Yati says my business. So Yati, you've gotten the will, but you've not gotten the be. So my business will be expanded. Go on. Exactly, Dipali. My business will be flourishing. Provided it's already flowing. If it's stalled, you can't jump to flourishing. And my desire is to start wearing sari. What's stopping you, Anjali? First, you take care of that. You take out what the loop is in the cupboard. My thesis will be approved and published and get recognized for my work globally. Wonderful. But Vandana, you have put 1, 2, 3 things in there. If it begins with approval, stick to approval. Step 1 at a time. There will be no greed. What is greed, my lovelies? Somebody tell me what is greed? Neediness, hurt, sadness and pain. What else? What is greed a response to? Fear for sure. That way everything is a response to fear. Thank you, Kulpreet. It is a response to lack. It is a response to starvation and desperation. If that is in your cupboard, please take it out. And Seema says greed is not feeling enough. Well, actually greed is because we are not feeling enough. Because we don't have enough. And we waited a long time to get what we want. Then we want to grab. Greed is a taking energy. Taking energies are not rewarded in the long term. If you're going to be a taker, it will be taken from you. Gurpreet says my letting go will start instantly, right? What is the decree? How did you use it? Shalaka says my business will be growing. Lovely. When you write it, put the my in capitals and will be in capitals. Because you're going to remind yourself every day till August 12th. Wherever you're writing this right now, because this is not being burnt, you're going to keep it. August 15th is new moon, and August 30th is the super full moon. That's the day you will burn all this. My so-and-so will be so-and-so. Amazing, awesome, expanding, increasing, amplifying. Like my happiness and joy will be increasing. So, don't say will be increasing. In fact, Yati, did you say will be expanding? No, say will be expanded. Close it, because expanding becomes straight line, no end. Will be expanded. My happiness and joy will be increased. And it will increase right now, because these are things you can feel in the body right away. My relationships will be honoring to me. Very nice. And Elizabeth, my relationships will be honored. Wait, I know what it is that you would like. My relationships will be honored. By the way, this is only the first part of the manifestation. There's one more part. Get comfortable with this. My relationships will be matured. The moment you have done maturing, you've made it a present continuous. So will be matured. Yes, my business will be expanded. My letting go will be easy now. My letting go will be done. Kulpreet, my letting go will be done. My actions will be focused. Excellent, superb. My hard work will be appreciated. Very nice, Vandana, very nice. Helping my parents financially with £500 will be done. You can try it, Isabel. Let us see what happens in 24 hours. You can try it like this. My practice will be more focused. My relationship will be more mature. Because Isabel, by all means, you have set this out into the universe. What you can say is my parents will be helped. My houses will be sold. My houses which need to be sold will be sold. My relationships will be matured. And could we felt such a big shift? Superb. Did you feel more open? My heart will be strengthened. Lovely. Oh, my health will be strengthened. Even better. Supriya, for desired job, my desired job will be received. My relationships will be honored. My relationships will be more loving. Very nice. Thank you so much, Seema. Elizabeth, my relationships will be more honoring. But I've got present continuous. So give me one moment. My relationships will be more honoring. My relationships will be more honor worthy. Done. Hi, Julie. Don't worry, my love. You will get the replay, and I know that you are very committed and that you always catch up on the calls. Very nice, Alessandra. My new increased prices will be welcomed. But put the ma in capital, put the will be in capital. Because when you write it as well, and you have to write it, you're going to write it again tomorrow, whether you write it once, twice, thrice, 10 times, 108 times, you write it in the decree way. So you put the capitals and you put the exclamation mark. Payal says, can we have two manifestations? By all means. But keep your focus on one. Then you'll understand how manifestation is manifesting for you. Because otherwise you'll keep thinking, ye bhi nahi hua, wo bhi nahi hua. My self-discipline will be strengthened. Very nice. My products will be sold. Very nice. My fears will diminish. My daughter's birthday celebration will be magical. And you will see, Kulpreet, you will tell us that it was magical. And Supriya says, are we supposed to write all these decrees today? No, write them later, write them tomorrow, write them till August 12th, write them till August 30th and burn. My ideas will be fructified. My work ideas will be fructified. Supriya says, can I say I will be married for getting married? You can. I will be married soon. Not me, universe, not me. Supriya. Next thing you know, suddenly I'm battling a suitor, wanting to get married. My knee will be pain-free, yes. I'll focus on one. Write as many as you want, but focus on one. So repeat that more than the others. Let us say you've written 10, 15 intentions. The one that is the first that will start it all. And tell me, my lovelies, what is the first thing that starts it all? Decision, feeling, go on, little more. Intention. My anxiety will be gone. Guaranteed. Gone, all gone. Already it is gone. Check, Namrata. Everything starts with health. Whatever intentions you are putting down, you need your health for it. So if you have something going on with your health, please make sure that your health is your priority for your manifestation. That angel says my lottery tickets will be the winning ones. I love it. So cool. My focus on positivity will be laser sharp. Very nice. My clients will be increasing now. Superb. My clients will be increased. My debts will be gone, all gone. Very nice. And Namrata confirms, yes it is. Next round of water people. And Vandana, you can add to that. So my loan accounts will be closed easily. Okay. The next thing, because my love, whatever we are asking for, remember we're breaking out of a loop. And how long we've been living with this loop? 10 years, 20 years since birth, right? Big, heavy loop. Therefore, we are going to need help. Yes? We're all going to need help. We're going to need all the support possible. Correct? And therefore, whatever your intention is, you are going to close it with and I'm going to say it 10 times. I'm giving you what it is. And it's not a question mark. It's going to sound like a question when I give it to you. It's not a question. We have no questions in the decree work. Can you help me with this? 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 Just try it on your own 5 times. Tell me how it made you feel. Vandana says goosebumps on the body as you said it. And Anand says sibling rivalry among family gone, all gone. So gone, gone, all gone is the decree, Anand. Kirti says confident. Kulpreet says I feel happy. And Yati says, my baby ma's eyes are with me, saw her. So beautiful. So blessed. So beautiful. Anjali says, relax. Because my darlings, by the third day, when the energy of the Lion Gate portal is wearing off, we're going to want to call the loop back. And the loop would love to come back. Loop in us, best friends, right? Loop in us, holding hands since the beginning of time. It'll want to come back. And at that time, whatever is your intention, you will not give up. You will just say, can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? My book will be written. Can you help me with this? 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 Have a sip of water or full glass of water. Give it 10 seconds and I promise you some other portal will open for you. Vaishali says, I saw Hanumanji. Beautiful. And Pat says, heard, yes, comforted. It's not a question, but if an answer comes, it's cool. Could be says, I believe. And I believe is a decree, not because I believe is a decree, but anytime you are able to use the action word with I, it becomes a decree, which is why I do is a decree. They didn't know that, or maybe they knew that when they set up the wedding vows in the Catholic and English world, but I do is a decree. And I don't is also a decree. I don't fall back into the loop. I don't fall back into the loop. I don't fall back into the loop. The loop, gone, all gone. Letting it go, 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 let 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 it go. Nilofer says, touch with blessings of Sirius's bright light. Can you help me with being reunited with my baby and man as a happy bonded family very soon? Do they want to come back as well? Because only what respects everybody's free will take place. But yes to that, why not, Nilofer? Ask for whatever your heart wants. And also, listen to the feedback loop when it shows up. If Sita says, feeling immensely blissful, everything around feels positive, I know everything will become beautiful. Everything has become beautiful. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? Everything around me will be beautiful. My everything will be more beautiful. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? My body will be healed. Can you help me with this? Lovely. So say as many as you want. Do as many manifestations as you like and end with just 5 times of can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? Bass Angel says, my cat Maney will be healed from diabetes. Again, because you're asking for something and someone else, whatever is for everybody's free will happen. Who in your family has diabetes, Bass Angel? Because your cat doesn't have diabetes. Your cat has taken the diabetes from someone that it is healing. Satri says, should we write this in blue? Write it in multicolors. Draw things around it. Draw flowers. Draw fairies. Draw rainbows. Draw hearts. If you know symbols, draw symbols. Draw the sun. Make a tree. Use all the colors that you want. We don't use black. in decree work, unless of course it's a font on a poster, but we don't use black in decree work. So, Ras Angel, your mom has diabetes. You can leave now, you can leave now, you can leave now. When you got the rescue cat, it already had diabetes. Katie says, can we burn? You will not burn now because we are in the waning cycle of the moon. We've gotten today as a day of manifestation, but in a waning cycle of the moon, we do not manifest. We do not do manifestation work. Only today is special. And therefore, you will only burn on super moon 30th August. If you get impatient to burn, then you can burn on 18th, 19th as well. But otherwise, super full moon. Super full moon means the second full moon in the same month. Sometimes also called blue moon. Like once in a blue moon, right? Because only once in a while you have two moons in the same month. And I think the next super moon is slated in 2025. So it may be the last new moon for a while, super new moon for a while for us. And Ras Angel says no. And Ras Angel said, but mom's abroad and not seeing the cat. Doesn't matter. You will carry it as part of your DNA, even if you don't have it. And your mom is being healed anyway. Seema says it's 8:08. Oh my, I missed that. But thank you so much. Seema, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And because it was 8:08, let us do the prayer decree, please. So prayer decree, we now have thank you so much along with thank you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, thank you so much, thank you so much. I am willing, I am willing, I am willing. I am ready. We will all be healed. We will be healed. We will be okay. We will be fine. We will be all right. We will be greater. We will be grander. We will be more awesome. And on that note, my lovelies, thank you so much for joining me on our debut 8/8 Manifesting Lionsgate portal call. Please also have a listen one last time to Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much, my lovelies. I also wanted to do the lion breath. There is a lion breath. I'm just going to mention it to you because the portal is over till the 12th. And the lion's breath is very simply an inhale through the nose. And when you exhale, you know how we would do it as children with our friends? We would want to come and do rah. So we would put our hands out like a claw, like a lion, and we would put our mouth big, right? So when you're going to take an inhale through the nose, and on the exhale, you're going to open your mouth, throw your tongue out, put your palms out like a claw, and exhale. So inhaling through the nose. Ah. Very poor imitation of the original lion. But inhaling through the nose. And one last time, inhaling through the nose. Vaishali says, I do that so many times. Superb. Very good. It will increase your confidence. It will increase your energy levels. It will increase your stamina. It's amazing. Lion breathing. We meet again next year on 8/8, my lovelies. Of course, we will meet often before that as well, including for our 30th super full moon call. But mark your calendars right now and see you next year as well. Somebody remind me then. We will do lots more lion breathing. Big love, big hug. Drink lots and lots of water. Thank you, Lion Medicine. Namaste from India.